Good morning, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to declare this degree congregation awards and please be seated. Welcome, graduates, guests, and friends of the Global Institute of Sport. Professor Hassan Abdullah, University Provost and Vice President of the University of East London, Ms. Sharon Freeman, President of the Global Institute of Sport, Mr. James McEwen, Chief Operating Officer of the Global Institute of Sport, and Mr. Jonathan McPhail, Deputy Dean of the Coaching School. I would now like to welcome our esteemed President to deliver the opening address.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I like this crowd. Everyone's had coffee, good. I'm glad we're all hydrated. Strap in, this is the longest speech of the day. Then it gets better. Welcome to Wembley Stadium, where extraordinary moments are etched into history. This iconic day today celebrates you, our graduates, as you take your place among those who have achieved something truly remarkable. First, a heartfelt thank you to the family, friends, and loved ones who have supported our graduates along the way. It takes a village. Your encouragement, patience, and belief have carried them through this journey, and today's success is as much yours as it is theirs. To our faculty, professional staff, and industry partners, your mentorship, dedication, and professionalism have helped shape these graduates into the accomplished professionals they are today. Graduates, if you are able, I invite you now to rise for a moment and join me in applauding all those who have supported you, your family, friends, loved ones, faculty, professional staff, and partners. None of us reach this day alone, and their contributions today deserve our deepest appreciation. People are often surprised when I tell them this, but only around 7% of the world's population will ever earn a university degree, and only 1% will ever complete a postgraduate qualification. Graduates, you now stand amongst that 1%. I promise I wouldn't cry to the end. It's an extraordinary achievement. The knowledge, perspective, resilience, and self-discipline you've developed on this journey will continue to influence every chapter of your life. The ripple effect of this experience starts now and lasts forever. At the Global Institute of Sport, we believe deeply and unequivocally that sport can change the world. Sport unites where politics divide, inspires where hope is scarce, and creates opportunity where barriers once stood. You graduate at a time when our industry is transforming faster than ever. Women's sport is breaking barriers, technology is revolutionizing engagement, and new investment is reshaping clubs, leagues, and communities. Know that behind every headline are people, many already part of the GIS family, who are changing the shape of global sport. It's a collective effort, and today you join that effort as the next generation of change makers. Our mission at GIS is to transform the global sports industry through education and collaboration. We pursue this mission steadfastly, guided by our EPIC values, the principles that define who we are and how we lead. For the friends and family who may not know, you guys have heard this many times, EPIC, E-P-I-C-C, stands for entrepreneurship, the courage to create and build, partnership, the understanding that we achieve more together, impact, the drive to make sport and society better, courage, the strength to step into the unknown and lead change, curiosity, the desire to keep learning, questioning, and Graduates, look around you. You've already lived by these values, by committing yourselves to your personal growth, by investing in your education and your future, by pushing yourselves tirelessly into that 1%. Many of you have launched ventures, built partnerships, and reimagined your careers while studying. You're already leading the change our industry needs. Now, graduation often triggers reflection, memories of where we began, who helped us along the way, and what shaped our path. So I can't help but on a day like today, think of my own journey. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I'd like to share something personal. When I was a teenager, I would daydream about one day wearing a sharp suit and working in one of those big glass towers in downtown Toronto, which is where I'm from. I was going to work my socks off, study hard, and become a top lawyer, maybe even a judge one day, because I look quite good in a robe, right? Anyhow, dedicated to that dream, I threw myself into my studies. I immersed myself fully into the university experience. And, well, with any journey, you collect people along the way, and some of those can change your trajectory entirely. For me, one of the most standout examples of someone who changed my life when I was in university was David McMurray. He was the Dean of Students at Wilfrid Laurier University, where I studied. David, or Daddy Mac, as us Laurier grads know him, he was and is a legend. He was a true champion of the students. I was so inspired by him from afar that I applied to volunteer to sit on the Dean's Advisory Council to learn from him. Luckily, my application was successful, and boy, did I learn. During my studies, and frankly until today, David was and continues to be a beacon of encouragement for me. He even supported me in running for office, which led to my election to the board of directors of the Students' Union of Laurier, where I served through graduation. Throughout the remainder of my years, I went on to study at various universities. I like education, but he continued to champion me and many others, creating an environment where students could discover what they were truly capable of. Without even realizing it, and despite being my reference for my application to Harvard Law, David was actually the reason I didn't walk that path. He showed me a different path, one that was centered on learning, community, and the transformative power of education. He helped me see that my passion was not confined to being excellent at studying law, which I did go on to do, but that my passion was and is about learning itself and about what education can do to empower and transform lives. My passion is about helping others achieve their learning and their dreams and in changing the world together. In fact, world change is probably the only team sport I've ever been any good at, ironically. And here I am, many years later, leading an educational institution of my own and standing before graduates that mean the world to me. Anyhow, my point is a simple one. None of us are on a fixed path. We all have the power to go on to do great things, but crucially, none of us achieve this alone. There will always be people you collect along your journey, and the best of those, your mentors, your colleagues, your friends, they can help you achieve greater heights than you've ever imagined. So, I ask you to make one promise to me today, graduates, and I will make you all one back. Promise me that you will be that person for someone else someday. You'll be someone's David. Support the generation of GIS graduates after you. Pay it forward. Double your impact, triple it. Lift others as you rise. And I will promise in return to you that we will all continue to lift you, to invite you back to increase your knowledge, to invite you back to improve your networks. I promise that we will continue to invest in the value of a GIS degree, the degree that you hold, the brand that now in part defines you. And we will do everything in our power to ensure that our brand and that we as a community remain the leading global institution for sports career progression, the quality of our faculty, and our industry network. Graduates, today you step forward as leaders. Use the power of sport to open doors for others. Be entrepreneurial, create opportunity where none exists, be courageous, challenge what no longer works, be curious, keep learning and exploring, seek impact, make sport fairer, more inclusive, more global, and more human. This road you have taken was not an easy one. Many of you balanced demanding jobs, families, relocations, and working across multiple time zones. You showed resilience, creativity, and determination. But you also built something priceless, a global network. Look around you. You've come from all over the world to gather here today to celebrate this journey that you all. The relationship forged to outlast and career. They are part of who you are now, part of the GIS global community. And so, here at Wembley, where champions have been cheered and where dreams have become history, we celebrate you today. You are not just graduates. You are innovators, professionals, and leaders who will redefine the future of sport. To the family and friends, thank you for your unwavering support. To our staff and partners, thank you for building the environment that makes this possible. And to you, our graduates, and to our graduates' loved ones, congratulations. Be proud, stand tall, take what you've earned, and go change the game and the world. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
The presentation of awards will now begin. Professor Abdullah, we present to you the persons here today to be admitted to the award for the Master of Science, Postgraduate Diploma and Postgraduate Certificates.
Graduates, as a virtue of my authority as a Provost and Vice President of the University of East London, and on behalf of the Senate of the University, I admit you to your degrees.
I wish to invite President Sharon Freeman to greet and congratulate our graduates today, alongside Deputy Dean of the Coaching School, Jonathan McPhail. As graduates' names are announced, please do celebrate and applaud their achievements. Graduating with a Masters of Science in Performance Analysis in Football, Robson Andrews. Leo Donello. Emily Fallows. Dominic Gibson. Louis Lozano. Matthew Wilson. Graduating with a Masters of Science, Football Coach Analysis, Thomas Baldwin. Alan O'Hara. Craig Boker. Carl Byrne. David Clark. Sean Hillis. Dean Hope. Aloka Kapoor Parsons. Stratos Kira Lucas. Oliver Watson. William Wright. Graduating with a Masters of Science, Football Business, Stefano Benalcazor Volteron. Brandon Duxbury. Julia S. Pierce Hill Worrell. Gabriel Joseph. Alex Navy Eagle. Matthew South. Lucas Bridget. Daniel Wilson.
Well done, Daniel. Very impressive.
Lewis Wishlade.
Very congratulations. Very well done.
This concludes the presentation of Postgraduate Awards. Please join me once again in congratulating all our graduates. We now recognise a group of students who have demonstrated outstanding achievements in their academic work. These awards have been selected by their course leaders to honour excellence in specific programmes or research areas. If your name is called, please come to the stage to receive your award. Programme Award for Performance Analysis in Football, Louis Lozano. Programme Award for Football Coaching Analysis, William Wright. Programme Award for Football Business, Tobias Dijek. The Research Award for the School of Coaching, Thomas Baldwin.
Congratulations. Yeah,
And the Research Award for the School of Business, Brandon Duxbury. This concludes the presentation of Programme and Research Awards. Please join me once again in congratulating all our award winners.
Okay, welcome. Hello, everyone. James McEwen. Nice to have you here today. I now have the pleasure of presenting our honorary fellows for today. And I will just find my speech notes, the honorary fellows.
Yes.
That's correct.
You get very swept up in the emotion of the day, I have to tell you. This, I did actually say yesterday, for 100% at some point I'm going to forget my cue, because I've got, my whole team has bets on one of the university tiers, so this might be the moment that it all happens. Okay, so I now wish to, this is actually very, I now wish to, that's funny. Okay. I now wish to introduce the following graduate who has been selected to receive the GIS President's Award. During his time at GIS, this student has supported our partners at the Mount Pleasant Football Academy in Jamaica, impressing academic faculty with his enthusiasm and aptitude. After traveling to the country as part of GIS's first ever live lab, he was actually then asked to return, this time by the national team, Jamaican national team head coach, to work at the Jamaican national team CONCACAF Gold Cup, flying the flag for GIS, and he truly exemplifies our epic values. I hope you will all join me in congratulating this graduate on his achievements as we welcome Dominic Gibson.
Good morning, everyone. Faculty, peers at GIS, friends, family. I'm truly honoured to be here today receiving this award from our President Sharona. I'm very grateful to be selected for this award. I'm very grateful for our faculty as well for nominating me. It's a huge pleasure, and I think it's safe to say that as a representative of GIS, it's been an honour for me to go to Jamaica multiple times to represent GIS in the USA as well. So just a huge thank you for that. Today, for all involved, is not only a day of celebration for all of our amazing achievements, but it's a day of reflection, a day to look back at our incredible journeys that we've been on with GIS, and it's just a day where we can really look back and reflect and truly enjoy the journey that we've been on. A little over a year ago, I was shaping up for a career in supply chain. I was swamped with forecasts, planning, motive reports, a lot, and quite frankly, I just didn't like it, absolutely hated it. But it was sort of the path that I felt like I had to go down. I did a business management degree, it took me 4 years, and it felt like the most suitable option for me. But it just turned out it wasn't really what I wanted. Luckily, you could say I was made redundant, so I was left without a job. But then there was a blessing in disguise as myself and my beautiful partner Abby were able to go traveling. So we spent a few months traveling around the world, and we're coming towards the end of our journey, and we're having the cliche chats of, you know, I don't really want to go back, who wants to go back into supply chain? And then we had a serious conversation, and it was, well, why do I need to go back to do that? I don't need to go into supply chain. At a young age, I can go ahead, I can change my career, and I can chase the dream that I want to pursue, that being to work in football. We came home, we did lots of research, we looked into all different institutions, different courses, different internships, and GIS was definitely the standout option. Alumni, staff, courses, partners, you name it, all seemed like the right path to take. So we applied. Well, I applied. Applied for GIS, and then yeah, so I applied to the course and immediately after starting, I felt comfortable straight away. The staff were extremely helpful. Everything would line up perfectly. For someone who was changing industries, it wasn't quite the experience that I imagined because it's quite daunting. I thought everything that I've done over the last 4 or 5 years was gone, but instead I felt comfortable immediately. I felt like I was at home and I knew exactly how to kick on. And as time progressed, there were multiple projects, working with Pleasant, as mentioned, and there was various different projects which involved scouting, analysis, some of the people in this room today. And one thing led to another, and before I know it, I was off to Jamaica. I had never left the country on my own before, so getting a flight to Jamaica on my own was quite a daunting experience. On that was fine, and as you say, I would recall back for the second time. In doing so, we met with Steve McLaren, so thank you, Dr. Mike, for that, because you introduced me to him, and then the rest is history. I was out in the States with Jamaica for their Gold Cup, and it was an amazing experience working with professional footballers from Premier League, Champions League, ex-England coach Steve McLaren. It really was a dream come true for me. And then time progressed again, and here we are today, we're at graduation, we celebrated everything, and it was a real surreal experience for me, going from working in an office to working with icons. Steve McLaren was a hero of mine for years, and it was just a dream come true. But that wouldn't have happened without a special group of people. First of all, Connor McGillick, you have been an absolute hero throughout the year, realistically. You sort of welcomed me into an environment I really was unfamiliar with. You set me up with everything, all of the platforms and software, and realistically, just couldn't live without you, so huge thank you to you. I'm sure that everyone else in the course can probably speak the same as well. An absolute asset. Dr. Mike Walsh, another, you were an absolute icon as well out in Jamaica. You made me feel comfortable, you helped with my presentation skills to footballers, you helped with my analysis skills, all my technical skills, everything, and realistically, I wouldn't have been out with the Jamaican national team if it wasn't for you, so a huge thank you for that. And then James Bush, I know he's not here today, but massive help during my research period. He was my supervisor, and you could say that taking 4 weeks out of a research project probably isn't the best idea, but he helped me out, he moved heaven and earth, and I managed to get through it in the end. And finally, friends and family, the family, Pete, Ford and Sandy, you've provided an amazing foundation for me throughout the whole year. You've provided all the different resources, time, whatever it is needed, and you've really built an amazing platform for this to go and thrive, so thank you. And then my partner, Abby, without you, nothing would be possible realistically. You are the reason I'm here. And as much as you do put up with me, you're patient and you're willing to let me watch more football than I do spend time with you. So here we are. It's all because of you, so thank you. My biggest takeaway throughout this unbelievable journey is just, it's cliche, but just sort of follow your dream. I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to work in football, and I wouldn't want to pursue that. And none of this would have happened without all the people and without me taking that initial step. So with all that being said, a year of change which has led to success. I just want to say congratulations to the class of 2025. You did it. Now let's go celebrate.
Back on track. That was a beautiful speech anyway, Tommy. Well done. Congratulations again. So, good morning again. As co-founder and chief operating officer of Global Institute of Sport, I have the pleasure of introducing a brief video from our global sports industry advisors from all around the world. We're fortunate to be supported by an amazing network of sports leaders, and some of them wanted to pass on their wishes for today.
Hello, I'm Jason Roberts, Chancellor of the Global Institute of Sport, and I want to take this moment to congratulate you on this wonderful achievement that's being recognised today. I hope you take a moment to reflect on the dedication and the hard work that it's taken, but I also want you to look to your left and your right and to see the people that have been a part of this journey with you, and that you spend some time to be proud of the network that you've continued to build in your work. We hope that you'll continue to be a part of our family here at the Global Institute of Sport. Welcome to the industry.
Just want to say massive congratulations to everyone graduating today. Look after your network because they'll look after you. Look forward to seeing you out there in the industry soon, and reach out if you need anything.
Just want to say a quick note of congratulations to the recent GIS grads. I will leave you with this. As you matriculate through life and you have success and you also hit challenges, just know that in those tough times, your ability to hang in there and the things that you resist from running from, but you run to, your growth can be found in those tough places. You may find some of your greatest satisfaction comes from success in those hard times, in those difficult places.
I just want to take a few minutes to wish you a huge congratulations. You're now moving into the real world of sports. So it's a really exciting moment for you. Sports is this really amazing playground where you recycle colleagues that you come across in one part of the industry and you reunite and reconnect in another part. So always have your A game when you're networking and connecting people, because you never know when you're going to need those contacts as well.
I just want to wish a huge congratulations to all the GIS graduates. You worked hard, stayed focused, and made it happen. Be really proud of everything you've accomplished so far. And remember, this is just the beginning of an incredible journey in sport. Keep going and keep making an impact.
GIS graduates, I bet you thought this day would never come. Today's a win, so make sure you celebrate it. As you know, in sport, wins aren't guaranteed, but if we put the work in and we trust the process, they will eventually come. So keep learning, keep developing, remember everything you've learned, and I hope to see you in the sports industry soon. Good luck and congrats.
Just wanted to congratulate you all on graduating today as GIS students. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the wonderful sports industry in the coming months and years.
So I want to congratulate you all on your graduation. It's certainly a big step forward. Sport is a giant scoreboard, and getting through that first set of wins in your career with education is a big part of it. So as you continue on, know that your hard work, your effort, and your passion is what's going to carry you through to more winning moments. So congratulations again, and best wishes for the start of your career.
Wanted to wish you congratulations on graduating, no small feat, and offer one bit of advice I wish I had been given upon graduation, that growth is not necessarily linear, but as long as you have your North Star of where you want to get to and make every decision with that goal in mind, everything will be fine. So if you want to be a manager of a Premiership club, make every decision with that in mind. And it may take 2 years, it may take 5, it may take 10, but you'll get there in the end. Enjoy the moment.
Very, very happy to be greeting you and wishing you well on this journey. It is hard work, but please know that all of this is going to pay off for you, and it's going to be such a wonderful occasion. So please take the time to take it in and take a deep breath.
Congratulations to you all on your achievements in graduating from the Global Institute of Sports. You're about to enter a wonderful industry. Do your best at all the jobs that you have. Your talent will show through and many opportunities will open up for you. But today, celebrate.
Just wanted to wish you huge congratulations on what is an incredible achievement for all of you today. And my one advice to you is that despite having your degree, the learning never stops. I hope that you take with you this one lesson, that every single day you should learn something new, you should always be curious, and you should always keep an open mind about the way the world's evolving and how you can evolve with it.
It's been great working with you guys over the last 18 months or so. Fantastic that you've all graduated. I'd love to see where you go on in the rest of your life. Keep going, keep studying, keep working. Speak to you soon.
Congratulations to all the GIS students who are having a special day. You've earned it, you've worked hard. And now's the time you get to apply everything you've learned and get out into the industry and prove everyone proud.
I just want to wish everyone who's graduating from GIS today a very big congratulations. I can't wait to see you guys in the industry, and I can't wait to work with you. We're creating a big team out there representing GIS in the sports industry, and I really look forward to seeing you all make your mark.
Congratulations to all the graduates of the Global Institute of Sports. Fantastic news. I wish you all the best in the next steps in your career. Keep going on with meeting people, build your relationship. It's very important, especially in sports, to know the right people. Good luck and all the best from the United States.
I just want to send a big congratulations to all the Global Institute of Sport grads, and also a little message just to say, don't stress about having it all figured out. What matters is staying curious, trying new things, and learning as you go. I found that some of the best moments in life come from taking chances and figuring out along the way. So breathe, enjoy this moment, you're just getting started.
So now I move on to the Honorary Fellows part of the ceremony. In 2022, GIS introduced the prestigious award of Honorary Fellow at our annual graduation ceremonies. The award is granted to distinguished individuals who've made an outstanding contribution to the world of sport, or who have selflessly supported the development and growth of not only the Global Institute of Sport, but crucially, the development of our students, who are at the heart of everything we do. Consequently, these eminent awards are selected by a panel that not only includes representatives of our board, our academic team, but also representatives from the student body. In conferring this honour, we connect with outstanding professionals who act as role models for our students, who are ambassadors for the institution, and who provide inspiration to our graduands and alumni. The recipients of this morning's Honorary Fellowship Award are not only twin sisters, but both former professional footballers, successful broadcasters and entrepreneurs whose passion for women's football and women's leadership in sport has created a movement of its own, Molly and Rosie Comita. After successful playing careers, Molly and Rosie moved on to be strong voices in media and ambassadors for the growth of the women's game. Their football playing careers included stints at the likes of Tottenham and West Ham United, amongst others. And you might have since seen them on Sky Sports, Soccer AM, Women's Championship Show, or BBC Match of Day X, and many more media outlets. Molly and Rosie did not stop there, though. They recognised the barriers women often face in progressing to leadership, and they founded the Powerhouse Project, an organisation dedicated to empowering and connecting women across football and sport, helping them build the skills and the networks to thrive at the highest level. Through the Powerhouse Project, and in close partnership with the Global Institute of Sport, Molly and Rosie have been instrumental in shaping our women's strategy. They've worked directly with our students, mentoring, coaching, challenging, inspiring, and they've opened doors for countless women to step into roles at the very top of the beautiful game, in coaching, in media and football business leadership. They embody our mission to transform the global sports industry through education and collaboration, and they live our values of entrepreneurship, partnership, impact, courage and curiosity. They've also shown our students what it looks like to be unapologetically ambitious, to challenge the status quo and to lift as you climb. Because of their vision and their tireless advocacy, the pathway for women in football and in sport more broadly is stronger, bolder and more accessible than ever before. It's a great pleasure and honour for me to present the Honorary Fellowship of the Global Institute of Sport to Molly and Rosie Comita. Please come and accept your award.
Lovely. All right, cheers. Are we exhausted now? Yeah. Should we do that now? We'll do that now. That down here. There we go. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Blimey, I've done TV before and I'm more nervous for this. Yeah, right. I firstly want to say I'm very shocked that we're standing here. Me and Molly actually went to 3 different universities in 4 years, so that just shows how messy our lives have been. And listen, that's another story for another day. I won't go too far into that, but yeah, thanks so much for having us. We're really grateful to be standing here receiving this fellowship from GIS. I do just want to shout out to particular people right now who have been integral to our growth and development over the years, and that's Sharon and James. Thank you. Seriously, we met you 5 years ago. We were lost, didn't really know what direction we were going to go in, and then we had one conversation with you guys, and we thought, right, okay, we can do this. Whatever we put our minds to, we can do it. So thank you. Appreciate your ongoing support, and yeah, I absolutely love everything you guys are building here as well. So thank you so much for having us today. Round of applause for the guys. Thank you. Okay, so our journeys, as I've mentioned earlier, have been far from smooth. It's been messy, unpredictable, and full of moments where we basically looked at each other and thought, how the hell are we going to make this work? From playing football to moving into broadcasting and now running the Powerhouse Project, every single chapter has taught us something new. And honestly, I thought the best place to start when we were writing this speech is to discuss that act of juggling, because if I'm being completely honest with you all, that's what we've been doing our whole lives. So we went to university, we were studying, playing semi-pro football, and then somehow running a grassroots football club that we built from scratch all at the same time. Then when we finally made it into the professional game, you'd think we'd just both focus on that, but no, we were still running the grassroots club at the same time. It was chaos, of course, as you all know, long nights, early mornings, lots of stress. But looking back, that juggling act taught us everything. Discipline, craft, and how to know to keep going when you're running on complete empty. But more than that, and most importantly, it made us multi-dimensional. We realised really early on in our careers that we didn't have to fit into one box. We could wear different hats. We could be good at more than one thing at once. That mindset, being open, adaptable, curious, is exactly what helps us move and transition from being footballers into presenters and now founders of the Powerhouse Project, which I'm really proud of. I know a lot of you sitting in this room will understand that. You've been juggling lectures, part-time jobs, maybe even little side hustles from the ambition that I hear in the room. So whilst you're trying to figure that out, while you're trying to figure out what's next, it's tough. But in those moments where you do feel stretched, that's when you're actually building something. The resilience, the habits, and the mindset that will take you to wherever you want to go next. Now, it hasn't really been that easy for me and Mo, to be honest. I think sometimes people look at our journeys and think that it's just fallen into place for us, but in all honesty, it really didn't. We lost our dad when we were just 16. That changed everything for us. And then not long after that, we lost our home because of financial struggles. Now, there were times when we sat with each other again and thought, we can't really see a way out of this. It felt heavy and very uncertain. But those moments, as hard as they were, taught us the biggest lessons. Sorry. They showed. Sure enough, sorry, I'm taking your line right there, crying on stage. Okay. They showed us that resilience isn't about pretending you're fine, it's about showing up even when you're not. They taught us that we can't control everything that happens in our lives, but we can control how we react. And those experiences really gave us grit. They taught us empathy, and they reminded us that if you can get through the hardest stuff, you can get through anything. And I want to say this to anyone who might be struggling or feeling lost right now. I think we're evidence that things do eventually get better. It might not happen straight away. It might not look like how you expect, but it really does. So just back yourself along the way, and yeah, always have that confidence in yourself. I'm going to hand the mic over to Mo. Finally, my time to talk. You know, when you're a twin, you just feel like you're always waiting for your moment. Yeah. I spent my life doing that. Thank you, well done. And again, I really want to say, saying things like that openly is not for sympathy, not for soft story. It's to be real that it's not easy, and I think everyone in this position now, you're about to embark on such a new chapter, which is so exciting. And we have experienced that over and over again in the 31 years. I know we look like babies, but in the 31 years that we've sort of been here, this reinvention has continually happened. So I sort of take it back to new chapters now, and that's exactly what you guys are going on. So for us, when we moved from football into broadcasting, it felt like you started from scratch, right? We've gone from being comfortable in football, comfortable in your comfort zones in your uni lessons and online. That's quite a comfortable space. You're now out of that. And I think we relate that to essentially like starting again in a completely new world, okay? And honestly, it was scary. That transition for us was very scary, but also so exciting because starting fresh, actually gives you a chance to grow, to reinvent yourself and see what else you're capable of. Showing us up here, because every time you're wiping your tears, it's I'm trying to stop and you're starting. So face that way, please. Thank you. So for all of you about to graduate, don't be afraid of the next step. The fresh start isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. You might be starting a new job or just figuring that side of your life out, and that's how it goes. But you'll reinvent yourself over and over again. All right, and that's the point. Keep going. Dom, you're up here earlier speaking. Amazing. Like, you could have easily gone into that trap. Where is it? Hello. You could have easily fallen into the trap, right? Like, let's just go with what's comfortable. But you didn't. You questioned it. And Abby, well done. Everyone is an Abby. But, essentially, you need to always question, does this feel right? Am I happy doing this? If you're not, you can leave. And sometimes I think that's the trap we get in life. We stay. You don't have to stay. So make sure every time you start to feel a little bit stuck, that you remember that you do have the ability to leave, all right? You can always reinvent yourself, no matter how old you get, all right? So never forget that. Okay, now we want to do a little bit on confidence, because we think that's essential to everything. So the Powerhouse Project, what we've built now, Sean is one of our graduates from one of our programs, and to see you here again, this is the point in this partnership. GIS and Powerhouse Project, we are the same, we have the same values, we have the same ethos, and I think essentially women like you is what we want to bring into the sports industry. So can we have a round of applause for Sean? You've been you. I'm so proud of you. But at the Powerhouse Project, the organisation, we talk a lot about confidence, not the fake kind, the real internal belief that you're the right person for the job, the right person to be standing here. And sometimes it's so hard because I don't feel like we're the right people standing here, but you have to believe you are, right? And now I feel we do, but it's taken a really long time. So a quick show of hands, this side of the room. Who feels 100% confident in themselves right now? Okay, says a lot. That's the point. That's the point. You're not alone, right? We never expected everyone to put your hands up at that point. The point is, though, you're not alone in that. So what can we do in order in this next bit of your journey to build that confidence, right? So I think for years, we didn't back ourselves. And honestly, that's what held us back the most. We made bad calls, got in wrong situations, ignored the gut so many times. And Sharona, God, you told us so many times to stop doing that, but ignored the gut. All because we didn't think we were capable enough, okay? It took us a long time to learn that backing yourself is everything. And the moment we stopped waiting for permission and started trusting in our own ability, everything changed. Here's a few things that just helped us really flip that switch. And we want you to try and take this into your next bit, okay? We surrounded ourselves with people who saw our potential, more Abbeys. We learned that, we leaned into what made us different instead of hiding it. And we started speaking to ourselves how we speak to our mates. Yeah, be kind, as hard as it is. Yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourselves. Enjoy this journey, don't make it hard. We've made it so hard in times that it didn't need to be. All right, enjoy it. And then I think, to end on this, it's just a message to you guys. So for all of you sitting here today, you're good enough. You've worked hard for this moment. Years of studying, grafting, late nights, deadlines, maybe even a few breakdowns along the way. Yeah, that's okay, by the way. You've earned a seat in this room. Don't shrink yourself or downplay your ideas because you think you're not ready. You are. You've put the work in, you've learned the lessons, and you've got something to say. Say it bravely, all right? And really say it. If you think something, say it. Don't be scared of opening that mouth because you know stuff, all right? And you know what? There's one thing we've learned looking back, and it's that things do work out. Even when it doesn't go to plan, life's crazy like that. The dots only connect when you look back. So don't rush it, don't wish away the messy middle. The setbacks, the knockbacks, the small wins, the stuff that shaped you. Enjoy it, trust it, and remember, where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. Thank you again to GIS for this massive honour, and to everyone who's supported us along the way. It's crazy to think how far we've come. So as you step out of uni and into the next chapter, back yourself. Say yes to everything, even the things that scare you, and don't be afraid to start over and over and over again. Because honestly, that's where the bravery is, and that's where the good stuff happens. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Molly Rosie. Very inspiring. You've got to take lots of inspiring words there into your future careers. Now, graduates and guests, you're invited to join us next door to celebrate the live refreshments. Please can I ask all guests to remain seated while our new graduates proceed from the room. I now declare the degree congregation and award ceremony closed.
And we can just encourage people to use the middle if they're not using it.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll just shut the doors once.
Thanks, man.
People over here, one lady was like, really? Molly in between, they were like, so I went down and got them. Yeah.
How's live stream? All sorted? Audio working? Yep. Lovely. And it's now paused until, or is it running? It's running.
No. It's just running like this, like graphic thing that says it started soon.
Nice. Yeah. Great. Do you know how many people tuned in last time?
At least.
Not many, I guess.
Not many.
I think it was average of 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got our interviewee ready.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, because they'll be coming in.
Can't shot that one, can't shot this one.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Oh no, you haven't got a 17-page speech, have you? All day.
That's tremendous.
Kind of short and sweet. Is it big lettering?
Yeah.
Five words. Sorry, have we met before, Mark?
Yeah, Mark. You just haven't remembered
Lou, of course. That's all over now. Yeah. I do. You changed your jumper though. Sorry, hello. I'm Sin. Oh yes, Sin. Good. Well, there we are then. Yes. Where's Geraldine gone? Oh yeah. She won't leave you. Your hair glows right in the front row. Every time Mike speaks and globules of spit come out.
Do you feel you have to? There is a seat reserved. There's a seat reserved for you if you like.
No, you don't have to do anything.
Anywhere bar on the left. All of you.
What time are we starting? 3? Do I need to was past it? I might just go for a while. Can we get out? Use a mug, isn't it? I think it's that way. I'll go do that. I'm coming back, I promise. I haven't got a mic on, so that's okay. May hey? After this, I can give you more than any other occasion.
What did we talk about?
Like gangster music.
Testing. Definitely not on.
Yes. I don't know what room it's in. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll show you exactly how it is.
Delicious, like, we didn't say anything bad, right?
Big spaces. Right, I'm going to get
Are you ready?
Shall I? Yes. Are you coming in now? Yes, please.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
That's when you get your fucking, like, you get loose.
Yeah, exactly. It's a man cave.
Next door. get these guys all sorted. We're going to get on into the seat.
Should be a great cushion.
Is that a checklist? It's not cool.
So like here?
Yeah. Yeah, so just as like if you're like this. Yeah, so it's like where you are now is absolutely fine.
Unless I can move over chairs.
If it wasn't freezing cold outside, I'd be like, oh, it's nice to do that. Academic people? I think we have to go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I just can't wait.
You can take a seat.
I just thought
Have a sit down.
I thought I'd better get an extra was in.
Alright. All good?
Before the live.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I was supposed to be in that seat next to Joe.
Lovely. Okay, I'm going to announce next door for everyone to come in.
So we should go out there.
Yeah. We're going to go and queue up where?
Son, that's our cue to leave.
Okay. Do we need to keep a piece of paper on there? Or?
No, you can get that now. Stand down, Mark, I'm going to take it. I'll come in and I'll do the announcement for everyone.
I've got to give you my
Or why don't I shake hands? Usher in here. Usher in here. Right. Yeah, let's do that.
Give it to him and we're both here.
Yeah.
I think that makes more sense. It was hard with Holly and Rosie.
Yeah. Is it the laptop?
No. 7 years ago today. Holy shit. Who would have thought
Oh, it's getting dark. It's getting dark in here.
I was going to sit here, to be honest, bro.
You have to call them
Why don't you move on? Why don't you move on? Oh, not being sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome everybody. We do have some seats on the front row. You're feeling really ambitious. Every graduate will have a seat assigned to them, so just find your name.
Go in the back. I want to go in front.
Okay, thank you very much everyone for your patience. The ceremony is about to begin, so if I can ask, if you are able, please do stand for the academic procession.
Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to declare the degree congregation award ceremony open. Please be seated. Welcome guests, graduates, and friends of the Global Institute of Sport. Professor Hassan Abdullah, University Provost and Vice President of the University of East London. Ms. Shona Freeman, President of the Global Institute of Sport. Mr. James McEwen, Chief Operating Officer of the Global Institute of Sport. Ms. Shauna Doyle-Axel, Deputy Dean of the Business School. I would now like to welcome our esteemed President to deliver the opening address.
Welcome to Wembley, where extraordinary moments are etched into history. Today, this iconic venue celebrates you, our graduates, as you take your place among those who have achieved something truly remarkable. First, a heartfelt thank you to the families, friends, and loved ones who have supported our graduates along the way. It takes a village. Your encouragement, patience, and belief have carried them through this journey, and today's success is as much yours as it is theirs. To our faculty, professional staff, and industry partners, your mentorship, dedication, and professionalism have helped shape these graduates into the accomplished professionals they are today. Graduates, if you're able, I invite you now to rise for a moment and to join me in applauding all of those who have supported you, your family, friends, loved ones, faculty, professional staff, and partners. None of us reach this day alone, and their contributions deserve our deepest appreciation. People are often surprised when I tell them this, but only around 7% of the world's population will ever earn a university degree, and only 1% will ever complete a postgraduate qualification. Graduates, you now stand amongst that 1%. It is an extraordinary achievement. The knowledge, perspective, resilience, and self-discipline that you've developed on this journey will continue to influence every chapter of your life. The ripple effect of this experience starts now and lasts forever. At the Global Institute of Sport, we believe deeply and unequivocally that sport can change the world. Sport unites where politics divide. inspires where hope is scarce, and creates opportunity where barriers once stood. You graduate today at a time when our industry is transforming faster than ever. Women's sports is breaking barriers, technology is revolutionizing engagement, and new investment is reshaping clubs, leagues, and communities. Know that behind every headline are people. Many are already part of the GIS family. People who are changing the shape of global sport. It's a collective effort, and today you join that effort as the next generation of change makers. Our mission at GIS is to transform the global sports industry through education and collaboration. We pursue this mission steadfastly, guided by our epic values, the principles that define who we are and how we lead. For our friends and family who may not know, hopefully you guys have heard this many times, our values are EPIC, E-P-I-C-C, and that stands for entrepreneurship, the courage to create and build, partnership, the understanding that we achieve more together, impact, the drive to make sport and society better, courage, the strength to step into the unknown and lead change, curiosity, the desire to keep learning, questioning, and innovating. Graduates, look around you. You already live by these values, by committing yourself to personal growth, by investing in your education and your future, by pushing yourselves tirelessly into the 1%. Many of you have launched your own ventures, built partnerships, and reimagined your careers while studying. You're already leading the change our industry needs. Graduation days often trigger reflection, memories of where we began, who helped us along the way, and what shaped our path. I can't help on a day like today but think of my own journey. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I'd like to share something personal. When I was a teenager, I would daydream about one day wearing a sharp suit and working in one of those big glass towers in downtown Toronto. That's where I'm from. I was going to work my socks off, study hard, and become a top lawyer. Maybe I'd even become a judge one day because I look quite good in a robe, right? Anyhow, I dedicated myself to that dream. I threw myself into my studies. I immersed myself fully into the university experience. Now, like with any journey, the people you collect along the way, they can change your trajectory entirely. For me, one of the most standard examples of someone who changed my life when I was a student was David McMurray. He was then the Dean of Students at Wilfrid Laurier University. David, or Daddy Mac, as us Laurier grads know him, was and is a legend. A true champion for the students. I was so inspired by him from afar that I applied to volunteer to sit on the Dean's Advisory Council to learn from him. Luckily, my application was successful, and boy did I learn. During my studies, and frankly until today, David was and continues to be a beacon of encouragement for me. He even supported me in running for office, where I led to my election to be on the board of directors of the Students' Union at Laurier, where I served until graduation. Throughout the remainder of my many years, I went on to study at various universities. You can probably tell I like education. And he always continued to champion me and many others, creating an environment where students could discover what they were truly capable of. Without realizing it, and despite being my reference for my application to Harvard Law, David was actually the reason I didn't walk that path. He showed me a different path, one that centered on learning, community, and the transformative power of education. He helped me see that my passion was not confined to being excellent at studying law, which I did eventually go on to do, but that my passion was and is about learning itself, and about what education can do to empower and transform lives. My passion is about helping others achieve their learning and in their dreams and in changing the world together. In fact, world change is probably the only team sport I've ever been any good at, ironically. And here I am, many years later, leading an educational institution of my own and standing before graduates who mean the absolute world to me. Anyhow, my point is quite simple. None of us are on a fixed path. We all have the power to do great things, but none of us achieve alone. There will always be people who you collect along your journey. And the best of those, your mentors, colleagues, friends, they can help you achieve greater heights than you've ever imagined. So, I ask you graduates to make one promise to me today, and I will make you one back in return. Promise me that you will support the next generation of GIS graduates after you. Pay it forward. Double your impact. Triple it. Lift others as you rise. And I will make the promise in return that we will continue to lift you, to invite you back to increase your knowledge and improve your networks. I promise that we will continue to invest in the value of a GIS degree, the degree you hold, the brand that now in part defines you. And we will do everything in our power to ensure that the brand and that we as a community remain the global leading institution for sports career progression, for the quality of our faculty, and for our industry network. Graduates, today you step forward as leaders. Use the power of sport to open doors for others. Be entrepreneurial, create opportunity where none exists, be courageous, challenge what no longer works. I know many of you already have and will continue. Be curious, keep learning and exploring. Seek impact, make sport fairer, more inclusive, more global, more human. The road you've taken was not easy. Definitely not an easy one. Many of you balanced jobs, family, relocations, working across multiple time zones. You showed resilience, creativity, and determination. But you also built something priceless, a global network. Look around you. You've come from all over the world to gather here today to celebrate this journey that you all took together. The relationships forged here will outlast courses and careers. They are part of who you are now, part of the GIS global community. And so, here at Wembley, where champions have been cheered and where dreams become history, we celebrate you today. You are not just graduates. You are innovators, professionals, and leaders who will redefine the future of sport. To the family and friends, thank you for your unwavering support. To our staff and partners, thank you for building that environment that makes this possible. And to you, our graduates, and to our graduates' loved ones, congratulations. Be proud, stand tall, take what you've earned, and go change the game and the world. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Presentation of awards will now begin. Professor Abdullah, who presents to you the persons here today to be admitted to the award of Master of Science, Postgraduate Diploma and Postgraduate Certificate.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, it gives me the greatest pleasure, by the virtue of my authority as the Provost and Vice President of the University of East London, and on behalf of the Senate of the University, I admit you to the degree you will be presented today. Congratulations. Thank you.
I wish to invite President Shona Freeman to greet and congratulate our graduates today, alongside Deputy Dean of Business Schools, Shauna Axel-Doyle. As graduates' names are announced, please do celebrate and applaud their achievements. Graduating with a Masters of Science in International Sports Management, Richard Cross. Diego Ferrari. Catherine Fuller.
Benjamin Camilla. Thomas Peacock. Howard Petrosky. Kay Smith. Graduating with a Masters of Science in Football Communication and Digital Marketing, Lucas Bora. Fisher. Nicholas Jones. Lucy Taylor. Graduating with a Master of Science in Sports Marketing Media, Julia Borlett. Daniel Colleen. Mr. Mike. Michaela Ford. Graduating with a postgraduate certificate in sports marketing and media, Kelly Marshall. Graduating with a postgraduate diploma in international football business, Matteo Struth.
Congratulations again.
Yann Victoire. This concludes the presentation of postgraduate awards. Please join me once again in congratulating all the graduates. We now recognise a group of students who have demonstrated outstanding achievement in their academic work. These awards have been selected by our course leaders to honour excellence in specific programmes and research areas. If your name is called, please come to the stage to receive your award.
That was a little comedic break because it's all been very serious up until
Okay, football communication and digital marketing, Nicholas Jones.
Congratulations.
Programme Award for International Sports Management, Benjamin Kinnear. Programme Award for Sports Marketing and Media, Daniel Calhoun.
Thank you. Paparazzi.
I've got all over my face. You get one more.
Anyone
Thank
else
you.
want one while we're
And finally, the Programme Award for International Football Business, Summer Rajara. Unfortunately, Summer could not be with us in person today, but we celebrate his achievements in his absence. Please give him a round. This concludes the presentation of Programme Research Awards. Please join me once again in congratulating all of our award winners once more. I would like to re-invite Sharona to the stage for the President's Award.
I now wish to introduce the following graduate who has been selected to receive the GIS President's Award. During her time at GIS, She has co-founded GIS's first Women in Sports Society, GIS Spark. I'm wearing your badge today in your honor. Thank you, Kim. Which the whole institution is incredibly proud of and continues to champion. The student achieved a distinction in her course and continues to impress the whole of the GIS network, displaying epic values in each and every room she walks into. I'm so proud, and it gives me great pleasure to present the GIS President's Award to Michaela Traun. I hope you will all join me in congratulating Michaela as we welcome her to the podium.
The stage is yours, Maddie.
Right, thank you guys, and good afternoon everyone, GIS faculty, families, friends, and congratulations to my fellow graduates on this incredible achievement. Today, I feel truly privileged to share the stage and this moment with you all in what might just be the greatest graduation venue of all time, Wembley Stadium. When I was first asked to give this speech, I wasn't sure where to begin. Not because there was not enough to say, because there was too much. So many magical moments, influential people, and important lessons to reflect upon. How do you sum up a year that has changed you as a professional and a person so profoundly? I will do my best. Admittedly, I had no idea what I was signing up for with an online master's degree at GIS. One that I discovered through Instagram, and I had to convince my parents that I wasn't crazy for thinking it was a better choice than becoming an architect. However, like all of us here, armed with a visceral and undeniable passion for sport, and a gut feeling that this was the place to be, I took the leap of faith. One that's paid dividends over and above anything that I could have imagined. If you had told me in October 2024 that the year ahead would involve learning from unrivaled industry experts, BTS access to Miami and Toronto sports scene, hosting an event at Wembley Stadium, chatting to Farrell Williams at Style of Our Own London, and volunteering with the Powerhouse Project at St George's Park, I simply would not have believed you. Of course, if you had said that I would always have thousands of academic tabs open, be writing about why London is unequivocally blue, and enjoying a few late nights before coursework deadlines, I would have. This is the beauty of the GIS experience, a blend of academic rigour and a valued shared experience that both prepares and excites you for career in sport and beyond. Most importantly, it really is what you make it. No idea is too big a proposition and no destination out of reach. Testament to this is a massive personal highlight of the last year, as Sharona touched upon. An organic conversation at a networking event between staff and students led to the creation of GIS's first society, the Women in Sports Society, otherwise known as Spark. The vision, to build an inclusive, supportive network within our university and beyond, empowering women in sport through mentorship, leadership opportunities and industry connections, ensuring that every woman at GIS has the resources and support to thrive. It's early days, but I hope we've already been able to achieve some of those goals. I would now like to take the time to show gratitude for some of the people who have shaped our respective journeys along the way. Thank you to our amazing support system and the GIS staff, whose bright energy, endless wisdom and unwavering commitment to our progression as professionals and people cannot be understated. To name a few, Laura Davies, Alyssa Kappa, May Hayden, Shanna Doyle-Axel, Dr. Mike Walsh, Rick Cross, Lewis Lozano, and my personal mentor, Dev Trahan, to thank them all very much. It goes without saying, a massive thank you to Sharona and James for putting the world of sport at our feet. It's been an enlightening and empowering experience, and I would do it all over again if I could. Thank you to our families, friends, and mentors who have enabled our success and allowed us to follow our own paths. It's not easy to say you want to do sports when your sister's a doctor. As my mum says, our degrees are also there, so thank you, mum, dad, sisters, brothers. Last but not least, thanks to the incredible fellow students from all over the world, we've had the pleasure of learning alongside and making lifelong friendships with, from Oslo to Johannesburg to Sydney. We now have some great excuses for amazing holidays. A special mention has to go to the dream team, Katie, wherever Katie is, Kim, Sasha, Tash and Vilda, for some incredible memories, unforgettable moments and lost passports as well. Finally, I'd like to finish by sharing a lesson learned from a friend who was just a little bit older than me, 10 years. She doesn't look it though. But infinitely wiser, and has shaped my journey at GIS more than she knows. So Kim Harrison, give us a wave. Go on. On day one of orientation at Box Park, Wembley, she said something to the effect of, "I like to know what all my friends' dreams are, so that when I meet someone who could help them get there, I put them in touch." Looking back, that resonates so strongly, as it is the perfect embodiment of what it means to be a part of the GIS community, using our global network and industry knowledge to not only uplift ourselves, but others. All that's left to say is thank you to May and the team for organising such a special day. Congratulations once again to all the graduates, and here's to the next chapter. Enjoy this evening of celebrations all. Thank you very much.
That was wonderful, thank you, Michaela. I'm holding back the tears. I have the pleasure now to introduce a short video from our global sports advisors. We're fortunate at GIS to have a really strong network who care deeply about our students and graduates, and some of them wanted to say a little special message while they couldn't be here today.
Hello, I'm Jason Roberts, Chancellor of the Global Institute of Sport, and I want to take this moment to congratulate you on this wonderful achievement that's being recognised today. I hope you take a moment to reflect on the dedication and the hard work that is taken, but I also want you to look to your left and your right and to see the people that have been a part of this journey with you, and that you spend some time to be proud of the network that you've continued to build in your work. We hope that you'll continue to be a part of our family here at the Global Institute of Sport. Welcome to the industry.
I just want to say massive congratulations to everyone graduating today. Look after your network, because they'll look after you. Look forward to seeing you out there in the industry soon, and reach out if you need anything.
Just want to say a quick note of congratulations to the recent GIS grads. I will leave you with this. As you matriculate through life and you have success and you also get challenges, just know that in those tough times, your ability is hanging there, and the things that you resist from running from, but you run to, your growth can be found in those tough places. You may find some of your greatest satisfaction comes from success in those hard times, in those difficult places.
I just want to take a few minutes to wish you a huge congratulations. You're now moving into the real world of sports. This is a really exciting moment for you. Sports is this really amazing playground where you recycle colleagues that you come across in one part of the industry and you reunite and reconnect in another part. So always be what have an A game when you're networking and connecting people, because you never know when you're going to need those contacts as well.
I just want to wish a huge congratulations to all the GIS graduates. You worked hard, stayed focused, and made it happen. Be really proud of everything you've accomplished so far. And remember, this is just the beginning of an incredible journey in sport. Keep going and keep making an impact.
GIS graduates, I bet you thought this day would never come. Today's a win, so make sure you celebrate it. As you know, in sport, wins aren't guaranteed, but if we put the work in and we trust the process, they will eventually come. So keep learning, keep developing, remember everything you've learned, and I hope to see you in the sports industry soon. Good luck and congrats.
Just wanted to congratulate you all on graduating today as GIS students. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the wonderful sports industry in the coming months and years.
So I congratulate you all on graduation. It's certainly a big step forward. Sport is a giant scoreboard, and getting through that first set of wins in your career with education is a big part of it. So as you continue on, know that your hard work, your effort, and your passion is what's going to carry you through more than once. So congratulations again, and best wishes for the start of your career.
I wanted to wish you congratulations on graduating, no small feat, and offer one bit of advice I wish I had been given upon graduation. that growth is not necessarily linear, but as long as you have your North Star where you want to get to and make every decision with that goal in mind, everything will be fine. So if you want to be a manager of a Premiership club, make every decision with that in mind. And it may take 2 years, it may take 5, it may take 10, but you'll get there in the end. Enjoy the moment.
Very, very happy to be greeting you and wishing you well on this journey. It is hard work, but please know that all of this is going to pay off for you, and it's going to be such a wonderful occasion. So please take the time to take it in and take a deep breath.
Congratulations to you all on your achievements in graduating from the Global Institutes of Sports. You're about to enter a wonderful industry. Do your best at all the jobs that you have. Your talent will show through, and many opportunities will open up for you. But today, celebrate.
Just want to wish you huge congratulations on what is an incredible achievement for all of you today. And my one advice to you is that, despite having your degree, the learning never stops. I hope that you take with you the small lesson that every single day you should learn something new, you should always be curious, and you should always keep an open mind about the way the world's evolving and how you can evolve with it.
It's been great working with you guys over the last 18 months or so. Fantastic that you all graduated, and I'd love to see you go on in the rest of your life. Keep going, keep studying, keep working. Speak to you soon.
Congratulations to all the GIS students. We're having a special day. You've earned it, you've worked hard, and now's the time to get to apply everything you've learned and get out into the industry and prove everyone proud.
I just want to wish everyone who's graduating from GIS today a very big congratulations. I can't wait to see you guys in the industry, and I can't wait to work with you. We're creating a big team out there representing GIS in the sports industry, and I really look forward to seeing you all make your mark.
Congratulations to all the graduates of the Global Institute of Sports. Fantastic news. I wish you all the best in the next step of your career. Keep going on with meeting people, build your relationship. It's very important, especially in sports, to know the right people. Good luck and all the best from the United States.
I just want to send a big congratulations to all the Global Institutes for grads, and also a little message just to say, don't stress about having it all figured out. What matters is staying curious, trying new things, and learn as you go. Some of the best moments in life come from taking chances and figuring out along the way. So breathe, enjoy this moment, you just get started.
Okay, it is now my pleasure to move on to the section where we introduce our honorary fellow for this afternoon. In 2022, the Global Institute of Sport introduced the prestigious award of Honorary Fellow to our annual graduation ceremonies. This award is granted to distinguished individuals who've made outstanding contributions to the world of sport or who have selflessly supported the development and growth of not only GIS, but crucially, the development of our students, who are at the heart of everything we do. Consequently, these eminent awards are selected by a panel that not only includes representatives of our board and our academic team, but also representation from our student body. In conferring this honour this afternoon, we connect with outstanding professionals who act as role models for our students, who are ambassadors for the institution, and who provide inspiration to our graduates and alumni. Today, in my capacity as co-founder and Chief Operating Officer of Global Institute of Sport, I have the honour of introducing this ceremony's honorary fellow. The recipient is a journalist and broadcaster whose voice and presence have become instantly recognisable across the world of football. For decades, in fact more than 25 years now, I believe, Mark Clement has been a respected reporter and presenter for the BBC. You may have recognised him on shows such as Football Focus, Final Score, the Football League Show, amongst others. He's also a very recognisable voice on BBC Radio 5 Live. He's admired for his insight, his warmth, his rare ability to bring life to human stories behind the game. Yet, beyond his distinguished career in broadcasting, Mark has been an extraordinary friend and champion of the Global Institute of Sport. With his unique gift for drawing out invaluable insights from industry leaders, such as what he did with Gareth Southgate this week, and for engaging audiences while translating best practice into lessons for our students. Mark has delivered countless hard-hitting, thought-provoking interviews with global sports professionals. He's travelled across the world to lead 16 of our GIS Global Summits, moderating, interviewing, training and connecting students with some of the most influential figures in world sport. Through these summits, from Wembley to Miami, from Melbourne and beyond, Mark has created truly unforgettable experiences. Conversations that are candid, inspiring, transformative. He's championed the power of storytelling to educate and empower, showing our students how great communication shapes sport at the highest levels. By giving them access to world-class leaders and sharing the real human lessons behind both triumph and challenge, Mark has helped prepare the next generation to step into leadership with confidence and perspective. He embodies the spirit of what we seek to achieve, to transform global sport through education and collaboration. He equips our students with knowledge, values, and the networks they need to realise their career ambitions. Mark has invested countless personal hours mentoring and supporting students far beyond any formal role. Oh, welcome to Wembley.
Paging Mr. Green.
I think Mr. Green's going to be called one more time.
Paging Mr. Green.
Welcome to Working in Sport, folks. Notably, so we're almost done. There's a lot of compliments going on here, Mark. Notably, our honorary fellow has given this support to our students selflessly, championing our mission and living the values that define us: entrepreneurship, partnership, impact, courage, and curiosity. His generosity of time, expertise, and spirit has left a permanent and profound mark on the journeys of our students. It is a great pleasure and honour for me to present the Honorary Fellowship of the Global Institute of Sport to Mark Clement. Please join us on stage.
Oh, wow. Okay. James. Oh, hold on. Let's do this right. There we go. Heavens above. Wow. Wow.
Oh my goodness me, I nearly went there for a split second. It's at this point, Mayhay, who's magnificently organised the two graduation ceremonies, is thinking, I said to him, say a few words. And as she well knows, a few is not a sentence that's in my vocabulary. I have to pick on some of our students first of all. I'm probably going to pick on Vilda, who's been helping today at the back, who's not graduated yet, but just to give a bit of context, so we take with these summits, we take a group of students to the cities that James mentioned, and we immerse them in the local sports industry, and we bring the most incredible guests who've had the most amazing careers. But I do recall one morning, Vilda, going in, I think it might have been Miami earlier this year, and you came to me with a few students around you, and I think you said something like, last night some of the students were saying, is Mark Clement an academic? And you then told me that about 6 others of you just plainly laughed. Well, I tell you what, look at me now, huh? I've got all the blame. I am deeply honoured by this gift, and I'm going to call it that, because I'm of an age where you don't want tangible things. I'm not going to invest in a winter coat. I just won't get the use out of it, let's be honest with you. I don't want family left to clear things up. So, you know, if you want to give me presents, consumables are good, toilet paper, food, drink, that kind of stuff, I can use them up. And stuff that kind of floats in the ether. So honestly, to Sharona and to James, it's a great honour. The three of us have not just become work colleagues over the last 6-7 years, but we've become great friends as well. We've commiserated on family bereavements, we've been to big birthday parties, We've been all over the world together. We even went shoe shopping, I remember, in Harrison, New Jersey for Sasquatch over there. James has got size 15 feet. Usually has to wear diving flippers as shoes instead. But Sharon and I are starving hungry for food, and he wanted to go shoe shopping with all these people mesmerised at the sheer of his feet. I have had a absolutely sobering last 24 hours. From very humble beginnings as a broadcaster, I have no formal qualifications as a journalist whatsoever. I stepped out on the Barbican stage last night in front of 1,500 people to introduce Sir Gareth Southgate and then interview him for 2 hours, and in front of most of the senior stakeholders in the football business, Football Association, League Managers Association, etc. And I got a lovely text from my daughter this morning who hasn't seen me work for 15 years, and she placed back a question at me that I put to Gareth, which was, do you feel proud of yourself? And obviously Gareth inspired loads of great memories out here. So I was a little bit wobbling there, and then I think Sharona was watching me as James read that out. And she said, why don't you think about the you 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what they would think of what you've achieved in the intermediary period. And it kind of ties in with what we're doing here today, because a glorious adventure waits ahead of you, but the truth is there's so much uncertainty in there as to where it's going to go, because my own journey reflects that, and I'm going to very quickly mention 3 key things that have kind of happened to me. Several of them before you were even graduates, a tingle in your parents' reproductive systems, let me say. We're going way, 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 way back. But the first of them was actually a long, long time ago. I built up quite a successful clothing business. So big, so quickly, in fact, we featured the Small Business of the Year in Barclays Bank's published accounts way back at the start of the early 1990s. But then I got absolutely splattered for bad debts. 2 customers built up big lines of credit with me and absconded and didn't pay, and took me for major 5 figures. I had to liquidate the business. Probably in hindsight, I'm blessed with amazing mental health, but probably in hindsight was a little bit depressed at that period. And football, which had been a real part of my soul growing up, but I drifted from, became my passion and escape once again. So Middlesbrough fan, we had the most glorious adventure, but in 1996-7 we came here twice in the previous Wembley. We lost both cup finals and got relegated. And the following year, just when I've come out of neuro-linguistic programming to try and get me started again after that football experience, chance comment in the back of a car, wouldn't it be great if there was a fans programme on local radio talking about our beloved team? So myself and a pal worked on a little format for a couple of months. We recorded a prototype on my dining room table. We sent in 2 cassette, students, ask your grandparents, little things, tape, and we sent one to the local BBC, one to the commercial station, and the BBC rang us within a week and said, come in for a chat. They gave us a 5-week trial, 30 quid each, 30 quid for him, 30 quid for me, and at the end of that first month, extended it to the end of the football season. And within 9 months we've been nominated for a Sony Radio Award. We're down at the Grosvenor Hotel here, hired dinner suits, and in amongst Radio 4, Radio 2, Radio 5, and everything has kind of kicked off from there. I have to tell you, the entrepreneurial value of GIS is at the heart of everything I do. I'm completely freelance. I don't hold any contracts with anybody. I have hustled relentlessly for a quarter of a century. If I think there's a sniff of an opportunity, I'm going to be knocking on that door, and I'm going to be asking for the yes. And do you know what? If I can't get a yes, I'd like a no, then I can move on. So it's been at the heart of everything I do. Second thing, fast forward a few years, I built my network up. There's a lot of talk in all the speakers. There's some brilliant stuff from Mike Ridley at Atlanta United and Mike Shaw down in Miami there, and several others about building a network. I managed to work myself to a position where I knew a lot of people at the Football Association. In about 2010-11, we had an Italian manager of the England team called Fabio Capello. And I managed to get access into the FA to do a kind of behind-the-scenes radio documentary. And I went off to sort of do this, go all organised. The very last minute, somebody said, oh, the BBC are trialling these video journalists. One of them wants to practice his camera technique and stuff. Can he come and tag along? I thought, oh goodness me, I just want to do my radio. What's all this about? Anyway, this guy tags along, and everywhere I got in, I got the first English language interview with Fabio Capello. I was real cheeky. Oh, what's going on here? It's the stationery cupboard. There's the pencil sharpeners, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, at the end of the day, we put out half an hour radio documentary inside the FA on BBC Radio 5 Live. But at the same time, he cut this 5-minute montage of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, put it online that night, and within 4 hours we'd had 500,000 hits. This was the early days of BBC Sport. And that video then went onto YouTube, and fast forward another couple of years, when the BBC had got the rights to the EFL, the Football League, there was 2 independent producers that got down to the final 2 to actually produce it. One of them was a big sports company called IMG that you graduates should have heard of. And they rang me in the week leading up to the close of the bid and said, we really want to do things a bit extra. We've seen this video online. Is there any chance you could front a final bid film to get us over the line? Within 2 days, they'd followed me. I was on a radio assignment. We made this film, and they got the contract. And then that led to me being the match day reporter on a programme called the Football League show that followed Match of the Day for 6 years. And from that, believe it or not, there was another editor working in mainstream entertainment television who used to fall asleep during the cruddy games at the back of Match of the Day, no offence, but you know those ones you don't want to watch when I won't pick any teams. I nearly did, I want to be careful here. And this really high editor used to fall asleep during the back end of Match of the Day, wake up halfway through the Football League show, and then see me do these little films. And so when they were looking for presenters for a peak time house programme called How Safe Is Your House, he said, what about that fella? What about that? No offence to the Liverpool accent, he was a Scouser, right? What about that fella? What about that? And he paired me with Angelica Bell, who's now with Martin Lewis on MyTV's Money programme, and that kind of took me into mainstream and the One Show and all that kind of stuff. So that's lesson number 2. Chance comment back of the car, a video that I didn't really want to be made because I didn't really understand it. And then, in 2018, I'm at an awards ceremony in London, back at the Grosvenor. There are 1,000 people there. And I'm placed on a table with a Luton Town team who just lost in the League 2 playoffs, they're lower than a snake's belly. When this lady came along behind me, never met her before, and she tapped me on the shoulder and she said, "Hi, I don't have the faintest idea who you are, but my boss seems to know." And he was the founder of the originator of, I guess, GIS, sister brand UCFB, and will you come for a chat? So I came across for a chat, and it's been an absolutely life-changing experience. I mean, we have been to Melbourne 3 times, we've been to Miami 5 times, we've been to Toronto 4 times, we've been to New York twice, we've been to Atlanta, we've done the one here. I nearly didn't go that night. I wasn't feeling very well. I'll be honest with you, it was a free ticket. I nearly didn't go. Well, the LMA, with 1,000 people in that room, could have put me at these awards 2 tables down, and Sharona's boss at the time would never have spotted the flubbery back of my head and sent her across for that conversation. So my message to you is, there's going to be times when life is going to get really tough. There's going to be times when the challenges are going to be off the scale. There's going to be times when you're going to feel blocked. There's going to be times when you're going to feel imposter syndrome. There's going to be times when people pull the rug from under you and make you feel hopeless. There's going to be times when you can't see the wood for the trees. But there are also going to be the most amazing, joyous things that are going to come your way if you stay in the game, and if you keep going, and if you execute those small things. The final question I put to Gareth Southgate last night was one piece of advice. I mean, he's got loads because he's got a leadership book out, Dear England, Lessons in Leadership. But he said, the key is to do the small things and do them with excellence and keep pushing and chugging away. And he's still doing it now despite all he's done. Because just to tell you how competitive this market is, I got home at 12:10, Gareth had to be up at 6:30 this morning to leave his hotel at 7:30 to be on the Chris Evans breakfast show on Virgin Radio this morning. The first person to contact me after this massive event last night was Gareth himself to say thank you. At 9:15 this morning, Mark Bullingham, the Chief Executive of the Football Association, was the first person when I woke up this morning to say well done last night, that was great. A guy called Andy Ambler, who's a good friend of mine, he's the kind of conduit director of the professional game liaison for the Football Association, rang me at 11 o'clock to find out what to do. So those principles remain embedded in them, even though they've reached right to the top of the tree. They are embedded, and that's what it takes to make it. And having got to know several of you here and had some amazing adventures, and to know what you're all about, Michaela, by the way, top, you knocked that out of the park, absolutely brilliant. Having got to know you, there's so much talent in this room, and you're going to soar and go far, but your paths, as somebody said in there, will not be linear. They're going to go here, they're going to go there, they're going to go all over the place. And for some of you, what's in your head now is going to turn out going in some crazy direction, just like my life did when I made that chance comment in the back of a car back in 1998, on the way back from a Middlesbrough game, when we'd been beaten 1-0 by Sheffield United, and it still burns deep in me now. Walt Disney said to succeed, work hard, never, ever, ever give up, and cherish a magnificent obsession. I hope you will find yours. You have given yourself the best possible start by educating yourself with the Global Institute of Sport. I want to thank you, congratulate you on your own magnificent achievement, and I want you all to remember, I am now an academic. Got it? Oh yeah, I love my certificate.
Thanks, Mark. Always inspiring listening to you talk, and some great nuggets there for the students to take away. Now, graduates and guests, you're invited to join us next door to celebrate with light refreshments. Please can ask all guests to remain seated while our new graduates proceed from the room. I now declare the degree congregation award ceremony closed. Thank you.